Hello again, this is Renee. I'm going to go over today the method number one for surveying. But before we do that, I want to go over a couple things that before you go out to survey, you do a few steps prior to going out. First of all, you want to know what sites are installed. You need to know where they are and know that they're installed and ready to be surveyed. You're looking for any rooftop SAS devices or all RAS devices. All RAS devices have to be surveyed and rooftop SAS devices have to be surveyed. Then you want to plan your route. Use your KMZ file that's loaded, should be loaded on your phone already. If not, you should do that. Look at what sites nearest to you possibly. When doing a survey, it is good to do the RAS first, but not necessarily. So plan your route, then you have to get access to those places. So you may only be able to get one place done in a day or up to 4 places done in a day. Let's try for 2, maybe 3. But so contact the person you need to contact to get access to those places, schedule a time. Don't be pushy, try to give them a good half-day notice. So this is something you want to do pretty much the day before. Before you even think about doing survey, start setting up appointments to meet people to get access to buildings. Some might be easier, some you may not need an escort, others you'll need an escort. So the ones without an escort, maybe you can get those done while waiting for the escort on the other sites. So this might dictate how you plan your route. Once you've planned your route, you want to prepare your phone. Make sure it's got the KMZ loaded on it. This helps guide you to the location. You could literally go to your maps on your phone, touch the location where that RAS or SAS is, say get directions. This will get you to that location. There's a window phone mount for the car that you're using. So keep it in place, hands-free. Don't drive talking on the phone. And then once you have that, then you're going to want to make sure you prepare your PC with all your closeout documents that you're going to be doing for the day, or hopefully it has all of them. That may not be the case. You may be getting emailed some as sites are installed. I'll go over that more during class. But today, let's just concentrate on getting out to our first site to do method 1, where the R2 is level with the RAS or the SAS device, and where we actually do the survey. So last but not least, prepare all your equipment. Make sure it's fully charged. It could be a long day out there. You do have an inverter for the car, so you can charge things on the way, but it just saves time and hassle if you get out to a site, everything's ready to go, and you're ready to get there and do a survey. Again, this is basically the backpack. I can get around. If everything's loaded nice and properly, you'll get to a site, you'll meet a person, you'll throw this on your back, and you'll start to go out to a site. Okay, that's where we're at now. Let's go. Okay, we're at our first site. This is where things can get interesting. You might have easy elevator access, you might have stairways, or you may have, like in this situation, a straight up ladder. And trying to get that on there. And this basically gets you access to a roof. This poses a couple problems. How do you get your stuff up to the roof when you're in this situation? Well, there's 2 ways. One, I could literally, if possible, if the opening is big enough, I can go up just like I am. With the backpack on my back, go straight up, open the door. The other way is you may have to use the rope, attach it to the backpack, bring the backpack and the pole up separately. Be careful doing this. Sometimes you have to lean over the opening to do this, but some openings just are too narrow to wear it on your back and get up. Okay, so I'm gonna stop the video here. We're gonna head up to the roof and we're gonna do method 1, surveying with the R2 level with the laser, or R2 level with the RAS device. Okay, here we are. We're on the roof. One thing you can see is that's a pretty good climb to get up here. One thing I should have mentioned though, prior to coming here, when you get into the car, you should start your R2. Sit it on the seat and allow it to start collecting satellite data. This could help speed up your process, getting a good confidence Z and completing the survey much quicker. Now, we're at the roof. You can see the RAS here. I'm gonna pause again and start the setup. Okay, now we're on the roof. One thing I should have mentioned, before you get to the roof, make sure you have either the escort with you so you don't get stuck on the roof, or you have the phone number of, let's say it was a lobby person that let you in and let you get roof access. Make sure you have that contact person. I wouldn't want to get stuck up to the roof and be stuck on here and you're trying to figure out how to get down. That's really important. Please don't get stuck. So the first thing you're going to want to do, take your tripod on. Now, for method one, what's important is, as you can see, this RAS device isn't very high. So I should be able to get the R2 level with the RAS without too much problem. I'm going to try to show you something. My roof is not level. I've got a good angle. So what we're doing is we need to set this tripod up close to the RAS device, because we're going to attach the pole with the R2 and the laser, and we're going to line it up with the RAS. So we need to make sure this tripod is perfectly level. Otherwise, even though you think you're lined up, if you're even off a degree or two, you could end up with the a centimeter or two wrong because of the angle. Now I'm going to show you basically what you're going to try to do is take the bubble and line it up perfectly between the black circle. Now I'm going to pause. I'm going to get this set up. Okay, so I've got my tripod set up here. It's hard to tell maybe through the video, but it's on a slanted roof. I want to try to show you the dot, and I'm hoping that you can see that my dot is perfectly centered. Actually, it's a red circle, not a black circle, but it's perfectly centered up between there. Now, you're going to take your telescopic pole. You're going to attach it to center. Okay, now you can see I've got the tripod set up, I've got my pole mounted, and I've got my phone mount onto the lower part of the pole. First thing you want to do is make sure you take your R2. Notice green light, it's flashing. This means while I had it in the car on the front seat, it was picking up satellites and is getting RTX correction already. So this is going to help speed up your day. Having RTX correction early will help you get good, what they call confidence Z, and help you complete your survey much quicker. So let's get this up here. Next off, I'm going to take my laser mount. My laser mount basically attaches. There's a top and a bottom. You can see this, you can see that like that. Take those, put it together, and it snaps in place. You can hear kind of a little click. Take your laser with your standoff. This is all in your backpack, all in the kit. Put that onto the laser. Now mount the laser to the laser stand. We're going to attach this to the pole. Have it shining kind of away. You see it in line. This will allow me to line up with the RAS. As you can see here, I'm going to put it right there. There's a little button to help me so I don't have to thread it the entire way. And I'm going to line up the bottom line with the line on the laser with the bottom of the R2 right there. Okay? And now right now, again, this setup is the one I hope you get to use the most. It's the easiest setup when you can access the RAS nice and easy. You don't have to extend the pole a long ways. The higher up, the more unstable it gets. I'm going to show you my laser. Okay. If you can see, my laser's kind of like shining below. And what I want to get up to is I want to get up to this line here. Now I could work on adjusting the pole, but there's an easier way. With this tripod, loosen the lower clamp and then just crank up to the height you need. There you go. So you have about 8 inches of movement. So just set your laser up. Again, so that was pretty easy. I'm going to show you my laser now. And my laser's right there on technology, which is right at the same level as the black line. That black line I showed you was where you want to level the laser to, which means the R2 is level with the RAS. This is real important. So now we're ready to do the survey. So now we're going to get our phone. I'm gonna pause because I'm gonna set this up for you, and hopefully where you can see it easier. You'll just be looking at the phone and not me, which you probably enjoy that. Okay, so now we're ready to actually run the survey. I'm gonna show you here on the phone. That's gonna be a little tough to see, but we're gonna go and we're gonna click on the SASVT app. This is the NextNav internal app. I'm having trouble seeing it. There we go. And I'm going to log in as myself. So I'm going to delete Jason's login and log in as myself. And I'm going to hit done. I sure hope you can see this. It's really tough. I'm trying to shade it. Done. We come up, we have a login screen. Login. Okay. Now I can at least see it a little bit. Getting a lot of reflection back. But okay, so this is a survey. So we're going to go into GNSS survey. Okay. And give it a second. We're going to have to scan for the R2 that we're using, and R2 that we're using is the last 3 digits is 696, and it's scanning now. Okay, here it goes. There's. Now I found it. I'm clicking on 696. If it bumps you out of this screen, just click on, do another scan, click on the R2 that you're using and hit next and connect to it again. Okay, so now we're into it. And I want you kind of to remember that the current method we're using is method 1. It's called zero offset. It's where the R2 is perfectly level with the RAS, and I'll show you what I mean. If you were to look up here, the R2 is level with the RAS where the line lines up. That's what we're calling zero offset. So what that means is, in this box up here, you click that, you enter 0, next, down arrow, and you're now ready to actually survey. We have 0 entered as the offset. We're just waiting for our confidence Z to turn green. And we're at 0.1001. It's about to turn green. There it goes. If you had your R2 started early,
it'll get down to green much quicker. And it's just a matter of waiting. It jumped back up. We're a little bit windy right now, so we might be getting a little bit of shaking going up there right now. I could actually take the measurement right now, but I'd like to wait till it gets down to green, so I'm going to pause. So that only took a couple minutes. Now we're consistently in the green. One thing you might want to notice is we've got 18 satellites right up in here. We're constantly in the green, so we're ready to hit next. It says it's found SAS 13. We're actually at RAS 1. This video is mainly for showing you the setup. It'll still measure, but it'll be telling us that the SAS 13 is at this location. Measure, and you can see all the information down there. It has latitude, longitude, altitude, vertical uncertainty. It has a bit of information there. So what you want to do next is screenshot this screen, because this screenshot you're going to load into the closeout document. So to do that, you hold the power on button and the volume down at the same time, and you squeeze, and it takes a snapshot. You can see the little down here in the corner, it showed up. Okay, the last thing you want to do is take a picture of the setup. So something like this, you would literally take a snapshot of that. That shows you that the R2 is level with the RAS. What this does is this picture gets loaded into the closeout document as well. It lets us verify that the zero offset that you put in the XNAV app when doing the survey was correct. The R2 is level with the RAS. All right, that's it. I'm gonna shut things down now. Remember to, when you load up, check everything in on your checklist. Make sure it gets in the backpack before heading down, and try not to forget anything. All right, that's it for this Method 1 survey, zero offset.